Hi everyone, I'm CNJ and welcome to CNJ Jamaica. Today I'll be talking about what myself and others that will join me in the chat today actually do in this day and age to keep healthy and strong. The thing is, we have to keep the smile on our faces. We have to ensure that our minds are right and our body is good. So today, join me, tell everybody to join me as we'll be looking on what we can do to keep ourselves mentally strong and physically healthy. Thank you for joining me tonight on CNJ Let Me Talk. Remember, on CNJ Let Me Talk, I use various topics to inform, educate, and encourage you. And today, Monday, I normally do, my video is normally on how we can be healthy, whether it's skin routine, exercise, and so on. And today, I wanted to share with you what I have been doing and what others have been doing as well to ensure that we are mentally strong and physically healthy. Now, a lot has happened, and many persons have been doing many different things to keep themselves, mentally strong. The first thing that I'm going to tell you about right now is what I do physically. Now, there are two sites that I actually go on from time to time. All right. And those I use those sites if I'm not able to go on the outside. If I'm not able to actually leave the house to go walking, if it's a curfew going on, or we are told to stay at home for extended periods, I actually use these two sites. One is Walk Away the Pounds, and let me see if I can share that with you. Walk Away the Pounds. And the other is Fitness Blender. Now I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to actually show you what the site looks like. All right. So that you will actually see what I'm talking about. And the other is just to show you what these two things look like. All right, let me share my screen. So this first one is Walk Away the Pound. This is the one that I do a lot of walking with. All right. I use a lot of walking. She does 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles walking. And you just go on and you go at the pace that will enable you to actually be going the 5 miles and so on. Then the next one that I actually do use a lot also is, and let me share my screen here as well for this one. And this one is another one that I use from time to time, and this one is a little more advanced. It helps for you to actually be toning a particular area of the body, and it's my fitness blender, and it goes from very easy to extremely difficult for those persons who have been on this exercise game for a while. So those are the two YouTube channels that I would actually go on from time to time to ensure that even if I'm not able to be out and about, that I am actually able to do some sort of an exercise. All right. But what I love to do is just to go out in the mornings and walk. Just to go out and walk. I try to do it as often as possible. And if when I'm on a routine that I get up every morning and go out and walk, I feel good for the rest of the day. I do feel good for the rest of the day. So I'm going to ask someone to join me at this time and we'll be asking her what are some of the things that she does to actually keep herself uh, healthy. Why? Where? where exercise is concerned. And then she can share with us any other thing that she does to keep herself healthy at this time. All right, remember, healthy mind, healthy body. That's what we want. And when we actually have that in place, then we're actually going to be more productive in our work. We enjoy our lives some more. And then when we see all the bad things going around us, we're able to grow and to withstand. So hi, Jessica, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being with me this evening. Let me just ask you, you're of a, let us say, a different generation than myself. I like to walk. What is it that you like to do to keep your body healthy?
Um, Jog, walk, do specific exercises that target different areas. Not just of a physical exercise, but also a mental exercise. So I often read books and also podcasts that are of topics of interest to me.
Okay, okay. So you're looking on not just keeping the body healthy, but keeping the mind healthy as well. And you do that mainly by listening to podcasts that are, what type of podcast you say that you listen to?
Of any topic of interest for me. So normally I would break it down by a quarter or even for a 3 months to say, okay, this is a topic that I will be or a theme that I am focused on for these 3 months, and then I would find content or books related to that topic when I'm looking on mental exercise. But when it comes on to physical exercise, I would usually have a plan for the week where I would target different areas, different days, not always sticking to it every day, but at least trying to get per week 3 to 4 times a week some sort of physical activity being completed.
Also, so if I'm getting understand you clearly, you plan out your exercise for your body, but you also plan out the exercise for the mind in the podcast you listen to or
Correct.
the books that you read. Okay, okay. So it's not a by chance thing. Everything is organized so that you leave nothing out.
Correct. Because you have to identify your why, and by knowing your why, you're able to align. And what I've learned from reading and also this podcast is that you have to be specific. By being specific, you allow your goals to be aligned and allow everything else to fall in place.
Wow. And the thing is that I appreciate what you're saying there because a lot of times when we are so taken up with work and taken up with family, we don't actually prioritize ourselves. And from what I'm getting from you is what you have done is to ensure that you actually plan out what you're going to do for the week, exercise for the body, and how you're going to you actually have your relaxation time planned out differently as well. And I appreciate that, and that is something that we all can do. Ensure that we plan time for ourselves, because if we burn out, it's not only affecting us ourselves, but it affects the work, it affects the family, it affects every different area of your life if you're burnt out. So I thank you for that. I really, really appreciate. Well, let me ask another question. What sort of food or how are you feeding your body during this very taxing time that we're in?
Well, personally, a decision I have taken is to remove certain meat items from my diet, not just from a oh, I want to get fitter or lose certain weight quick, but also looking at the longevity of my body and knowing that certain food takes longer to digest and certain food, excess of it can be of damage to your body. Because yes, we like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but as we're all are aware, different foods, if eaten in excess, can have negative impacts on our body. So what I have done, I've made a decision to remove chicken, pork, and other red meat from my diet. I basically subscribe to a pescatarian diet currently. Yes, I have dabbled and dabbled in eating chicken, now and then. But as I said, nothing is wrong with any food item. There's food and it is here to be eaten. The difference is the amount that you eat. I'll just pick on chicken, for example. As a Caribbean society, we have become accustomed to eating a lot of chicken. We eat,
Yes.
for example, fried chicken on a Monday, baked chicken on a Tuesday, curry chicken on a Wednesday, barbie fry on a Thursday, and on Friday, many of us gone to a fast food chain for some sort of chicken burger or whatever.
Mhm.
So that's a lot of chicken in one week. And I noticed that I was subscribing to that narrative. So it's in light of that, I made a decision last year. I made a decision to reduce my intake of chicken. It's not chicken on other occasion, but as I said originally, the key is to have a balance. But what I learned is that if your goal
Okay.
is to lose weight, I find that when you remove these types of meat, chicken and all the red meat, and also reduce your sugar intake, because you're getting sugar, for example, from mangoes, from watermelons, from pineapple. So you're not getting that excess sugar, or your body not lacking sugar because it's made up from also of the beverages that we drink. There is excess sugar. So you're making up from it in that regard. So by removing these sugars, removing these meat kind, cutting back out some of the carbs, so you're filling in more vegetables in comparison to rice. Rice is something I rarely cutting out the rice. You find that if it is
Okay.
that your goal is to lose weight, that's a perfect alternative, especially if you're someone that doesn't really wanna get all sweaty or you don't have the time to do that. Oh, let me do 3 to 4 times a week. But if paired
Okay.
with exercise, eating, you find that you lose the weight that you want within even periods earlier than you even expected.
Okay. Okay. Whoa, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for that. So you have cut out, you not cut out, you have reduced the intake of certain things in your diet. So when you would have normally had them every day of the week, you now only have them on specific days if you actually do have them.
Correct,
Thank
correct,
you for
correct.
that. Thank you for that. And I must say, everybody, I have seen where it has actually worked for her. And for me, I have reduced the intake of certain things. And I'm still working on my fitness routine, trying to ensure that I'm more consistent with my daily walk. And I showed you two sites earlier that I normally go to for different exercise. But the walking in the mornings, I've had success in the past where that is concerned, actually going out and walking and doing it consistently and over a longer time period. It has really worked for me in the past. More water. What I've been trying to ensure that I do is to drink a lot more water every day to ensure that I'm properly hydrated and that it helps in the elimination of waste. I've tried to ensure that I'm eating more fruits and vegetables. And let me just say, guys, there was a time in my life where I was eating totally raw. When I say totally raw, I was only eating fruits and vegetables. And I'm going to tell you, my skin was great. My skin was so much better than it is right now. And I think during this time, we were at home for such a long time, and sometimes we weren't getting the fruits and vegetables that we wanted. But now that we're able to go out on more occasions, I've been trying to ensure that I'm actually consuming more vegetables, more fruits. And it's now mango season where I am. And in the Caribbean, when it's mango season, we have a lot of mangoes, East Indians and Julies and black mangoes that we're able to consume. So everything in moderation, as they say. But uh, what I have been doing is a little of what Jessica has been doing in making sure that I am exercising and I'm also watching what I eat. But what I do to be mentally strong is I ensure that I'm listening to some music, reading a book when I feel stressed. But what I do most of all is to ensure that I'm watching television and I'm watching some shows that either entertains me or touch me in a way that I have to just cry sometimes when I'm watching them. The thing is, we have to let the emotion out. We can't bottle things inside because when it's inside, it like it eats away at us from the inside. So we have to be a part of talking with friends, watching television, listening to good music, walking in the morning or in the evening, whichever is easiest for you. Look at our diet and see what we can take out and what new we can put in. Because at the end of the day, we have one body. We can make changes to it, yes, but we have one body, one mind. And if we're not careful, we'll lose them. So I want to thank you, Jessica, for sharing with me today on what we can do to ensure that we are well mentally and physically. Thank you for reminding us that we need to schedule ourselves into the equation. We can't just be looking on others, but we need to look on how are we able to schedule ourselves so that we take ourselves as first priority. Because if we are not first priority in our lives, then all the other individuals, people, family, work that we are living for, they will suffer because we are not well. So thank you for being with me on CNG Let We Talk, and I'll see you tomorrow where I'll be showing you some of those uh, television shows that I make sure that are a part of my regime. So follow me tomorrow on CNJ Let Me Talk, where I bring you more content to inform, educate, and encourage you. Bye for now, and see you tomorrow at 7:30 Jamaica time.